Well, hello there Internet, I'm Connor from the Guild of Awesome, and today we're going to complete every quest for the Imperial cult in Morrowind. The Imperial cult are missionaries from the Imperial Empire, spreading the religion of the 9 Divines across Morrowind. Our quests here will be charity work and collecting relics. There are 2 maps that you'll find very useful. I'll leave a link to them in the description. One map shows all of the fast travel points you can take, and the other is an interactive map of Morrowind. The first quest, Giver of the Temple, only wants alchemy ingredients, and we can buy all of the stuff we need before starting his quests. If you want to do his quests properly, then I'd only recommend getting the rat meat and Netch leather. So we're going to start in Balmora first. Head into the temple and buy 5 Marshmerrow from Dral. Head upstairs and buy 5 pieces of rat meat and a single piece of Netch leather. Head downstairs and buy the Mark spell from Larara, and also buy 5 Corkbulb roots. On the other side of the room is Lafano. Buy the recall spell, and buy 5 Willow Anthers, 5 pieces of Muck, and 5 Scrib jelly. Now let's go and join the cult. Take a Silt Strider to Vivek, and then take a boat to Ebonheart. Head into the Imperial chambers behind the Grand Council chambers. Speak with Lalatia to join the cult.
What do you want?
Then head downstairs and speak to our first quest giver, Sinolian. If you got all of the ingredients from Balmora, then you can just hand them all over one at a time. However, there are some minor narratives to these quests. The first one is to get 5 Marshmerrows. We are told to go to a farmer who can tell us where to get them. Use the Mark spell before setting off. Take a boat to Vivek and walk northwest to find the farm. Hand the potion over that we got from Sinolian. The farmer will then let you take the Marshmerrow from his farm. He will also give you a skill book if you ask him to teach you something. Recall back to hand in the quest. Some quests in the game are given to you just by starting to talk to somebody. This may be a little strange, as they may not give you the next quest if you've just handed one in. For a lot of the quest givers here, you'll need to advance in rank once, and then speak to them again to get another quest. The next quest is to hand over some muck. For this one we need to deliver some potions to Cunius. Silt Stride to Sidanine, and then again to Cunius. Head into Fort Darius on the east side of town, and hand the potions over to Chaplain Ogrel. He will offer you a spell in return. I recommend the Restore Strength spell. You can then take the muck from the sponges in town. Recall back to hand in the quest. Our next quest is to get Willow Anther. It's hinted that we should steal some from Gurak Gro Bagrat. Take a boat to Vivek, and it's a short walk north from there. There is only one person outside, but even with a crappy sneak skill, you should be able to steal the Willow safely. Our next quest is to gather 5 Scrib jelly. We are pointed towards the Shulk egg mine. Silt Stride to Balmora, and it's a short walk south. Kill any Scribs you see on the way, but we can get an infinite amount of jelly from Dinnock. Just keep asking him about Scrib jelly, and he will just keep giving you a piece one at a time. Recall back to hand in the quest. Next we need to get 5 Corkbulb roots, and he points us to the Arvel plantation, north of Vivek. You can also Silt Stride to Saran and walk west. Collect the Corkbulb from the farm, and then recall back. For the next quest, we are asked to get 5 pieces of rat meat. We are told we can kill rats in the Vivek Underworks, but since there's nothing special, let's just hand over the meat that we got in Balmora. It's the same deal for the next quest. We need to hand over a piece of Netch leather. Netch are all over Morrowind, so we are not given any particular directions. Hand the Netch leather over from Balmora, and we have completed all the quests for Cerulean. Our next quest giver is Illustruptor, right next to Cerulean. Our first quest is to gather donations from the Skyrim Mission. We can just give him the gold out of our own pocket, but if you want to actually get the donations, then I'll show you who to ask. I recommend a charm spell for this one. The Skyrim Mission is in Ebonheart, so we don't have to go far. So we have to get each person to at least 50 disposition to get a standard donation, or at least to 70 to double the amount they donate. We can get donations from Burring, Iruki Half Healam,
You've got the better of me. Go ahead.
Ignorking, Bedroflod, and finally, Hydmer.
Seen any elves?
What is it?
I take it you want something. Well, what is it?
Hand the money over to complete the quest. We are next asked to get donations from the Argonian Mission. Again, you can just give him the money yourself. If you want to get the donation, then head on over to the mission. It's also in Ebonheart, next to the Skyrim Mission. We can only get a donation from Kilaya. For the minimum donation, his disposition needs to be 50. For the maximum donation, it needs to be 80. You can actually blackmail him by going downstairs to find a runaway slave. The slave is set to be freed by Kilaya. Telling Kilaya that you know about the slave before asking for donations will have you automatically agree to keep it secret, boosting his disposition, getting you the maximum donation. Next we are asked to get donations from Aldrune. Again, we can just pay ourselves. There are quite a lot of people who will give us donations. To get the minimum donation, we need their disposition to be over 30. For the maximum, it needs to be over 60. At the Mages Guild we have Adwina and Iranil.
What can I do for you, friend?
At the Fighters Guild we have Baradas and Perseus Mercius. At the Rat in the Pot we have Lyriel Stone,
Yes, what is it?
Angoth the Jeweler, Dula Gro Buzga, Esteril,
You have my attention.
and Yak Gro Skandar. I'll admit I made a slight mistake here. As for the Fighters Guild, we would have made Tongue Toad leave Morrowind, but we can get a donation from him if he is still around.
Yes, honored guest.
We can get a donation from Gargroth in his home.
I have a feeling that you and I are about to become very close.
Wandering around town is Taryon.
You have my attention.
We can find Murferi Leilipi at the Aldscar Inn.
How may I help you, Cyrodiil?
We can get a donation from Codus Colonus at his store.
Let's set aside our rivalries and talk, shall we?
We can get a donation from Sian Sintivi at her store in the Manor District.
Can I ask you a question quickly? I must be going.
Inside the Redoran Council chambers, we can find Malpenix Blonia.
What is it? You want something, friend?
And finally, we have Hoki at the Morogton Guild.
Speak your needs.
What's your story?
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure. Well met.
Our next quest is to find, ironically, a specific common shirt for a festival that's coming up. Asking around clothing shops will point you to Caldera. You can either buy the black and red common shirt from Falanamo, or boost his disposition to 80 to get the shirt for free, as well as another shirt for you, with some shoes to go along with it.
You've piqued my interest. Please, share your thoughts.
Recall back and hand the shirt over to complete the quest.
My pleasure, really.
Next we are asked to get 5 bottles of Cyrodiilic Brandy. We can run around Balmora and get 4 bottles as donations, and then buy or steal the last bottle. Or you can just steal all 5 bottles at once. I recommend stealing them as it's very easy to do. Head to Balmora and enter the Council Club. We can find the bottles in a crate. If you want to get them legitimately, then speak to Banor Seron. Boost his disposition to above 90 and buy a bottle from him. Don't ask for a bottle using the dialogue option just yet. Do the dialogue option after you have bought a bottle from him, as after you use the dialogue option, his disposition will drop to around 10, because he hates donating one. Head into the Lucky Lockup next door, and boost Benusus Agradulius's disposition to 70 to get 1 bottle.
If you care to talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Next, head to the 8 plates and speak to Dulne Ralal. Boost her disposition to 70 to get a bottle.
Tell your friends about this place.
Next, head to the South Wall Corner Club. We can get 1 bottle from Bacola Colossius, if his disposition is above 30.
You want something from me?
hand the bottles over to complete the quest. Our next quest is to get a promised donation of 500 gold from Cunius Pelelius. Mages teleport to Caldera. We need to blackmail Cunius, as he will refuse to donate the money. There are two methods to blackmail him. The fastest way is to steal the ledger from his room. Once we have it, show it to him to blackmail him into giving you the money. Keep the ledger on you for a quest later on.
Let's hear it.
Alternatively, you can speak to Alumba Groboglar upstairs. He will tell you that Cunius is funneling money from the ebony mine and smuggling ore on the side.
Probably nothing.
Visit the mine and speak to the slaves. Boost their disposition to get their testimony.
Such fine company. One would be wise to listen.
Head back with the information to blackmail him. He won't actually give you any money, but he will give you some ebony ore to sell. Sell the ore and then head back to complete the quest. Ulysses' final quest is to get another promised donation. This time from Canctunian Ponius, the chief of the East Empire Company. The East Empire Company is based here in Ebonheart. When you ask him for the money, he will instead ask you to recover embezzled money taken by Masanon. Head to the Mages Guild in Vivec to learn that Masanon was seen teleporting to Sidif Mora. Speak with anyone in Sidif Mora, who will then point you to Sinyaraman at the Gateway Inn. Speak to him and he will tell you he saw Masanon with a dark elf woman, so now you will need to speak with any dark elf woman in town, who will then point you to Volmini Dral. Enter Volmini's house to find Masanon. We have two options here. You can demand the money, and if his disposition is high enough, he'll hand it over. Secondly, you can promise to keep his location secret in exchange for the gold. I recommend going for this option, as you can get yourself stuck in a game-breaking bug when you talk to Canctunian later. When speaking with Canctunian, if you promise to keep Masanon's location a secret, then you can just hand the gold over. If you want to give away Masanon's location, then make sure to pick the topic Masanon first, before handing the gold over, as you can get stuck in a never-ending conversation and have to reload a save. Whatever you picked, head back to hand in the quest. Our next quest giver is Kay. His first quest is to recover a stolen Limeware bowl. Our suspect is Karyarul. He was healed by the Imperial cult, but then when he left, the bowl was discovered missing. Speaking with any high elf will reveal that Karyarul lives in Muck. We can find him outside his house. Speaking to him is useless. You'll need to break into his house, where you can find the bowl in a chest. Return the ball back to complete the quest. Next we are asked to exercise a haunting in Caldera. Mages teleport over and speak with Nedhalas. He will give you the key to his house, and say the ghost may be in the basement. It turns out that his house is built on top of a tomb. There should only be 2 enemies inside. Kill them both to end the haunting. Let Nedhalas know that his house is cleansed. If you mention the now unhaunted house to anyone in Caldera, their disposition will go up by 10, provided it was below 70 to begin with. Report back to Kay to complete the quest. The next quest is to kill a witch who is hiding in the Asher Ahay egg mine in Kull. Take some boats over and the mine is slightly south of the town. We can find the witch and her bodyguards a short way into the mine. Once they are dead, you can speak with the miners to get a 20-point boost and 5 large Kwama eggs if their disposition is already below 80.
How does it feel to know death is...
You can also mention the mine to anyone in Kull to get a 10-point boost, as long as their disposition is already below 80. Report back to Kay to complete the quest. Our next quest is to recover the Silver Staff of Shaming. The cult's oracle has had a vision showing the staff is on Mount Cand. You'll ideally need a levitate spell or potion before you set off. So stride over to Marshmerrow and head to the cavern on Mount Cand. Don't enter the cave. Instead, levitate to the rocks above the entrance to find the staff. Take the staff back to complete the quest.
The pleasure is all mine.
Kay's final quest is to resolve another haunting at Hla Ode. Take a boat over and speak with Okur. She will explain that the ghost of a murder victim is haunting her. She knows who the ghost is. The victim was killed by some smugglers in a cave south of the town. Once inside, kill the smugglers, and take Juliel's amulet from Bralas's body. Take the amulet back to Okur, who will pass the amulet to Juliel's husband to put her spirit at rest. Recall back the hand in the quest.
As long as you like. It would be a privilege to talk with you.
Now for our final quest giver, the Oracle. We need to rank up to Acolyte to start her quest line. Her first quest is to recover the Ring of the Wind. We are given 2 scrolls of Divine Intervention. Keep both of these on you for the next 2 quests. Lalaria had a vision, and gives you a riddle, referencing a dark elf. The closest one to talk to is Lalam in the Grand Council Chambers. He will point you to a cave called Namu. Take a boat to Tel Arun and head west to find the cave. Or if you have the indexes, you can teleport to Serrano and head east. Once you're inside the cave, do not attack the shirtless red guard as he's friendly. Kill all the other NPCs inside, and we can find the ring on Dalmis Dren. The shirtless red guard is John Hawker, the embodiment of the god Zenithar. Give him a scroll of divine intervention to set him free, and receive some magic gloves.
Can I do anything to help?
Recall back to complete the quest.
If I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
Our next quest is to recover the boots of the Apostle. We are given another vision, but this time we are given its location, the fortress of Barandas. So let's ride over to Genesis and then head southeast to find the fortress. Heading downstairs will take you to a cave system. In one area you will find 2 winged twilights and a corpse. The corpse has the boots that we need. Use the boots to fly up to a ledge above you and find Amma, the embodiment of the god Mara. Give her another scroll of divine intervention to set her free.
Yes, sir?
Recall back to hand in the quest.
Stay as long as you
Hello
like.
there. How
It would
are
be
you?
A privilege to talk with you.
Now you may have done this next one if you've been following this series. If so, then this quest gets skipped, and you go straight on to the next one. If not, we are asked to get the Ice Blade of the Monarch from the fortress Rotharan, south of Dagon Fell. Take some boats over and it's a short walk over. Enter the arena and kill everyone who's not in the pit. Lauren has the Ice Blade, and he also has Adusami's ring. In the slave pit downstairs, we can find Adusami. She's not a god this time, but she is a member of the Imperial cult, so hand over the ring to save her.
What do you want?
We covered this in a vampire episode, but if you still need the Proplon indexes, there's one we need to take from a hostile NPC here.
Friend.
Our next quest is to recover the Scroll of Fiercely Roasting. We are told it was on a healer who went to Ashalamimi Kala. We will need Levitate for this one. Take a boat over to Laode and head north or siltstride to Balmora and levitate over the hills to the west. Once inside, it's important to head right at the split path behind the statue. The path to the left leads to a hostile NPC, who we need to leave alive for the Morag Tong. Heading up the right path, you'll need to jump over a gap, or levitate over, to find the scroll. Recall back to hand in the quest. Now for the final Imperial Cult quest. We are asked to recover the relic Skull Crusher. You'll need either a very high security skill or a powerful open door spell. The lock level on these doors will be around 80. The vision that the Oracle had is very vague, So again, speak with Lala. He will clear it up for you, and you will learn it is inside the sealed ruin of New Dabia. Since it's actually sealed, we need to enter it through the Omaran ancestral tomb. Take some boats over to Serdif Mora and head east. We can find the relic in a locked chest above the forge. Hand the relic in for the final quest. Honestly, I found this a bit anticlimactic, as there's no real quest to become the highest rank. You just rank up as normal to the primate. And that's all for this episode. Not sure what to do next, as all the quests are starting to conflict with each other, but I'll work it out. Thank you for watching, and stay awesome.